look down at your feet, there may be a carpet. There also may be dirt, or wood. There might even be a dog. The point is, there's a lot of things beneath you. Pipes, subways, cables, concrete, sewers, and creatures. There's a name for an animal that lives strictly underground. There's also a name for an animal that can live both above and below the surface. The burrows of some animals can get pretty deep. The Nile crocodile can burrow over 35 feet into the earth. And just think of all the bugs wandering around beneath you. And the roots of some trees can stretch a couple hundred feet into the ground. What about some underground man-made stuff? Turns out, yeah, people really like conquering harsh environments. Here's a few examples. In 1963, a man in Turkey was renovating his house and came across a labyrinth of tunnels that dated back almost 3,000 years. Historians can't agree on who built the city, but the capacity of these underground networks could have been as much as 20,000 people. It runs 18 stories deep and has around 100 separate entrances. But I think the most interesting part is the ventilation shafts. This is gonna blow your mind. Not only did they masterfully assure that every tunnel could be breathed in, but they masked the holes at the surface to look like the burrows of the local wildlife, of which there are dangerous scorpions, spiders, and snakes. Pretty innovative, right? In the upcoming years, Norway plans on building the longest and deepest undersea car tunnel in the world. The roadway will be over 1,300 feet below sea level. The project is estimated to cost the equivalent of $42 billion US, with the date of completion aiming for the mid-2020s. But today, I'm going to highlight a future experiment I think you might be down with. Allow me to start with a question. Do you know how far below your feet you have to go to get to the mantle? The depth can vary depending on your location, but the upper mantle starts at around 4 to 22 miles down. For reference, under the best circumstances, the upper mantle is only about 18 Empire State Buildings beneath us. However, the mantle is an enormous part of the Earth's thickness. In fact, about 1,800 miles of it is mantle. The upper mantle only takes up about 250 miles of it. That's only about 14% of the entire mantle. So there must be more. You're in luck. Once you pass the upper mantle, you'll reach the transition zone, which only takes up about 9% of the entire mantle, 160 miles. The next layer is called the lower mantle, and it is a monster. It takes up the rest of the thickness of the entire mantle, at least until you hit the outer core of Earth's center. You can only hold curiosity back for so long. In the year 2030, scientists at Japan's Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology hope to begin a pursuit for ultimate deepness. But before we get into that, let's have a deep talk. We will start with the deepest point in the ocean. To be specific, Challenger Deep is at the southern end of the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. The deepest point in Challenger Deep is 35,843 feet down. That is deep enough to submerge Mount Everest. And then you would still be able to submerge almost a quarter of it again just to reach the surface of the water. And don't you worry, our garbage has made it down there too. Take a look at this crazy video. Seriously? A recent article posted to Popular Mechanics stated that researchers who were studying seismographs placed along the Mariana Trench believe there may be just as much water trapped inside the mantle as there is just floating on the surface. The next deep thing we're going to discuss is the deepest gold mine on Earth. Located in South Africa, the Ponyang gold mine descends about 2.5 miles down. That's over 5 Burj Khalifas or over 12 Eiffel Towers deep. Next, we have the deepest that humans have ever dug. In 1994, this Russian project was abandoned, but by the time it was over, they had made it 7.5 miles down. If you can run an 11-minute mile, it would still take you over an hour to reach that distance. But that's how far down it is. Some of the rocks that the drill encountered at that depth were over 3 billion years old. As scientists strive to learn more about our planet and our solar system, new inventions and new concepts emerge. A goal that the scientists at jantagt hope to accomplish is digging further down than ever before. It's hard to say what the mantle is made up of, but these two organizations believe it could be made up of malachite, which is a high-pressure material. In 2030, the jantagt team will be going down 6 miles to reach the mantle. What's interesting about this is that the drill will be located on a boat, so the digging won't actually start until the drill has already sunk down 2.5 miles to the ocean floor. 3 drilling sites are being considered. All of them are in the Pacific Ocean. First we have Costa Rica, then Hawaii, and Mexico. There are a few things we hope to learn from the drilling, such as how the ocean crust formed. We also aim to better understand the boundary between the crust and the mantle. We also want to see if any life can exist in such a harsh environment. So far, the deepest form of life that we know about lives 6.5 miles down. The estimated cost of this project is the equivalent of over $500 million US, but only time will tell the fate of this experiment. I'm sure the jantagt team won't let us down. And here's a Christmas gift from me to you. If you're not already listening to Chill Hop Music's Christmas Lo-Fi Hip Hop Radio, you need to go check it out right now. I added it to my public playlist, Beats I Found That Are Fire Emoji, and I will leave a link in the description of this video, so go check it out. Know that the most powerful tool for learning is interest. Let me know what you're interested in. Maybe I'll make a video about it.